Okay.
Bitte.
So hello Jack, I'll show you how to connect the amplifier. So you need basically a plus and minus power supply. I've generated it using two different power supplies here, and you can see here we have the positive lead. We connect the negative to the positive of the two power supplies, and that will become our 0 volts, our ground. And then we have our negative lead here, and this is represented by the green. And you can see this is how it's connected onto the amplifier. I'm using an adapter board here, but you can see that the negative, that's the green wire here, is connected to pin 8. So the green is connected to pin 8, and then you have your plus is connected to pin 5. Pin 5 is there at the bottom. This is this red wire here. And then what we have our ground, or minus power, ground, which is represented by this black lead here. And this is connected to pin 6, and pin 6 is here. This is this black one here. So the normal strain gauge connections are shown on the diagram, and we're simulating the strain gauge with this calibrator here. Your device has been calibrated for 2.5 millivolts per volts, but I'm using one now what's calibrated for 2.0 millivolts per volts. So we also connect our output. The output is connected on pin 4. Pin 4 is then this connection here, which is I've connected it here with this crocodile clip. Connected it here, and it goes to the multimeter, and the ground from the multimeter goes also on ground here on the power supply. So let's switch on. I switch both of them on at the same time, and I've set it for 13 volts. We can go up to 16, 17 volts. And the first thing what you can see, if we've connected it correctly, we see our excitation voltage, which is around 10 volts. This is then the voltage here. This is the excitation voltage. We can also see I've set this at 0, so we're getting 0 output. But if it's put positive, we get plus 10 volts, and if we go negative, we get negative 10 volts. And what you would normally do, I already calibrated it before, but normally this wouldn't be like exactly so. So I've gone on 0 potty now, so I can change the 0. So you can either do place the calibrator at 0 and then calibrate it at 0, or what you could also do is place it in minus and calibrate it for minus 10 volts. And for the span, you would put it in the positive direction, and you would repeat it as well. So we will go on positive plus 10 volts. And when I change one of the trimmers, I usually have to go back and then readjust the other trimmer. So I go back, and you can see it's a little out, so I'm just going to reduce it a little bit. So that's going in the wrong direction. I have to go in the proper direction. So it's about right. So now you can see I go on positive, we get plus 10 volts. I go on 0, I get 0 volts. I go on minus 2.0 millivolts per volt, I get minus 10 volts. So that's how it should be working. That's how you should make your setup. What's very important as well, your power supplies, what you see here, it's very important that the ground, as it were, you get plus and minus. The minus shouldn't connect with the safety earth, because some power supplies you have minus and safety earth connected together internally. So you have to make sure that that isn't the case. Yeah, you have to, because if they are connected together, then you wouldn't be able to generate a plus and minus power supply. You can easily test that is by turning the power supplies off, and then using a multimeter. I'll use this multimeter here, put it on the ohms range, and then you can see whether they are connected or not. It should be high impedance if there's no connection, which it isn't. It's an open circuit, as it were, so it's infinite megaohms. So that's how I can test whether that the minus and the ground, or the safety earth, are not connected together. Like I say, if they were connected, which they could be with some older power supplies, then this kind of configuration won't work. but you can easily test that as well. Yeah, you can switch on both power supplies, and then you put your ground lead here on here, and then we put this on plus. Then we should get plus 13, which we do, and if we go on this one here, we should get minus 13. So as long as the power supply is working everything, and you've connected everything correctly, then it should work. So the thing is though, if you've connected it, if you've not connected it properly before, then you might have damaged the board. So if you connect it properly, and you can test everything before you switch on. If you're certain that everything's working, connected properly, you may have to change the board. You may have damaged it. Okay, so I hope that can help you go forward. It's basic stuff really. You just have to make sure before you switch on that everything's connected correctly. It's very easy to put the signal on a different pin, and then suddenly you've brought the amplifier. Okay, so see you then. Bye bye.